What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdy Soccer channel. Matchday 10 is this weekend. We have only one unbeaten team left after last weekend. That is Inter Miami with a great goal by Kramaski there for Miami to win over Columbus Crew there in Cleveland. Before we jump into Matchday 10, let's take a look at the Nerdy Soccer table. And currently, we do have a number one person, Nick Fortune, with 15 points. Then we have a sole second place with Jerry G at 13 points. And then a three-way tie there for third with Wayne's World, Samuel 22, Let's Go Crew there with 12 points. If you want to get involved, QR code is on the screen. Link is in the description. Also, if you want to see the full Nerdy Soccer table to see where you are in it, the link is also there in the description. But enough of that. Let's jump into Matchday 10 predictions. So, for our first match of the weekend, that is FC Cincinnati versus Sporting Kansas City. Currently, Cincinnati 4 wins and a draw in their last 5 matches. They are on a 4-match winning streak. You gotta love that. Where Sporting Kansas City 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, coming off of a 5-3 victory over the Earthquakes. I would have never thought that Sporting Kansas City would score 5 goals in a match this year, but here we are, and they did it. FC Cincinnati at home, 3 wins and a draw. Sporting Kansas City on the road with 1 win and 3 losses. The expected finish for this match, the expected outcome is 2-1 in favor of FC Cincinnati. And I actually am going to go with that expected outcome. I think that Cincinnati get the job done there at TQL and win this match 2-1 over Sporting Kansas City. That leads us into Toronto FC versus NYCFC. Currently, Toronto 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Finally getting a victory, and that was coming against Real Salt Lake last weekend. NYCFC 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, coming off of a loss to the New England Revs there on the road. Toronto at home, 0 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, where NYCFC have 2 draws and 3 losses there on the road. NYCFC inconsistent. Toronto, we know, have been fairly bad, but I had a feeling that they were going to start kind of getting on the right track and finally getting a win. I'm glad that they finally got a win. The expected outcome for this one, though, is in favor of NYCFC to go on the road here and win this one 1-0 over Toronto. And the win probability is also in favor of NYCFC at 45%. And even home and away stats, it's looking like NYCFC is going to win this one. And I have to agree with it, but I think we see more than just one goal. I think this match ends in a 2-1 victory for NYCFC there on the road. Now, that leads us into the New York Red Bulls versus CF Montreal. Currently, the Red Bulls, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, coming off of a loss to a terrible DC United team there at home. CF Montreal, two draws and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, currently coming off of a draw against Orlando City there at home, which, what is going on with Orlando City? I am not sure at all. The expected outcome for this one, though, is in favor of the Red Bulls, even though they're coming off of that loss and a draw the weekend before. The expected goals is 1-0, with a 59% win probability in favor of the Red Bulls. And until Montreal start winning games, they had 2 home games there in a row, and they got a win and they got a loss and a draw there at home. So they can't even win at home yet. So I can't go with CF Montreal until they prove me wrong. So I do have to say that the Red Bulls win this match at home 1-0 over CF Montreal. Moving on, we have San Diego versus Real Salt Lake. Currently, San Diego 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, where Real Salt Lake with 1 win and 4 losses. Both teams currently on a 2-match losing streak. The expected outcome for this one is in favor of San Diego at a 1-0 victory. San Diego at home, though, 2 wins, 2 draws. Real Salt Lake have only won 1 on the road with 3 losses. So they are not performing well on the road. They are coming off a loss at home against Toronto FC, which doesn't surprise me. I don't feel like Real Salt Lake are going to be that great of a team until they can maybe bring in a striker. That's where I think that they're missing the most. The win probability at 63% in favor of San Diego, and I have to go with that. I think that San Diego win this one. They are in a slump right now with 2 losses, but I think that they go home here. They will get back on track because both of those losses were on the road. So come back home, regroup. They win this match 2-0 over Real Salt Lake. Now, back on the East Coast, we have Philadelphia Union versus DC United. Currently, Philadelphia, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. DC United finally get a victory after that 4-match losing streak, but 1 win, 4 losses in their last 5 matches. They are 1 win, a draw, and 2 losses on the road, where the Philadelphia Union are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss there at home. Even without Gazdag last weekend, they beat Atlanta United 3-0, got the shutout, and they even had a red card and scored after the red card. Atlanta are in shambles, but this looks up for Philadelphia because a lot of people thought that they would struggle with Gazdag leaving. Their record overall is 5 wins, a draw, and 3 losses. So that's still good with all of the losses that they've had. Jim Curtin moving on. It just I like what I'm seeing from them. I thought that they were going to be pretty bad this year. Now, on the flip side, DC United, I wanted them to do better, but again, all they have is Christian Benteke, and I'm still staying with that it's just Christian. Yes, they won last weekend 2-1 over the Red Bulls. I think that was just a fluke. Red Bulls probably overlooked them, but Philadelphia will not do that. The expected outcome in this one is 2-0 in favor of the Union with a 77% win probability for the Union. And I have to go with that. I think Philadelphia get the job done there at home. If they can beat Atlanta there at home, they should be able to beat DC United because DC United only have 1 attacker. And I think they win this match 3-1 over DC United at Subaru Park. So we head down south to Orlando versus Atlanta United. Currently, Orlando 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5 matches, currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak, where Atlanta United 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Atlanta have yet to win on the road, where Orlando are 2 wins, a draw, and a loss there at home. Orlando, though, have not scored a goal in their last 3 matches. All 3 of their draws have been 0-0 draws. Atlanta coming off of a 3-0 loss there in Philadelphia, and the road. I just can't pick Atlanta to win on the road, so I have to agree with the expected outcome with this one at 2-1 with the 60% win probability for Orlando. I think that Orlando is just the better side, and I don't know why I went with this, and I'm going with it, but I think they win this match 2-1 over Atlanta. Even though they haven't scored in their last 3 matches, that has to change at some point. I think it happens this weekend. Next up, we have Charlotte FC versus New England Revs. Currently, Charlotte 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches, currently on a 3-match winning streak. The Revs 3 wins, 2 losses in their last 5 matches, currently on a 2-match winning streak. Charlotte have not lost at home. All 5 matches they have won, where the Revs are 1 win, a draw, and 2 losses there on the road. The expected outcome for this one is in favor of Charlotte FC with a 1-0 victory with a 55% win probability. I don't think it's going to be a 1-0 victory. The Revs are coming off of a 2-0 victory against NYCFC, but that was at home. They do not look good on the road. And I think that Charlotte continue their dominance there at home. They beat San Diego last week 3-0, and I think that they're going to repeat that here. And I think that they beat the Revs 3-0 there at Bank of America Stadium. Next up, we have Columbus Crew versus San Jose Earthquakes. Currently, the Crew 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where the Earthquakes are 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Columbus are coming off of that loss against Inter Miami there in Cleveland 1-0, where the Earthquakes are coming off of a loss at home against Sporting Kansas City 5-3. They put up 3 goals, but they allowed 5, which I still can't believe Sporting Kansas City scored 5 in a game. The expected outcome for this one is a 1-1 draw there in Columbus, with a 53% win probability in favor of Columbus, with a 25% in favor of the Earthquakes. I think that we're going to see goals in this one. I think Columbus are averaging goals. They're averaging 1.2 goals a match there at home. San Jose is averaging 1.3 on the road, but they're allowing 2.3. I think that we see 5 goals in this one, but I think Columbus get the job done there at home, and they win this match 3-2 over the Earthquakes. So heading into the Midwest there, we have Minnesota United versus Vancouver Whitecaps. Currently, Minnesota 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5 matches, where Vancouver Whitecaps 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Minnesota at home, 2 wins and 2 draws. They have yet to lose. Vancouver, on the other hand, 2 wins, 2 draws, and no losses there on the road. The expected outcome on this one is a 1-0 victory in favor of Vancouver. I think Vancouver are looking phenomenal. Ben White has 6 goals on the season. Alawense, though, for Minnesota has 5. Both of those guys are looking phenomenal. The expected win probability for this one is in favor of Vancouver on the road at 48%. But I don't know if I can go with either one of those. Both teams averaging goals, averaging right around 1 goal a match, home and away, and then allowing under a goal there, in their respective areas right now, home and away. I think that we end up in a draw with this one. I think Minnesota's playing very well. They're 4-4-1 on the season, and Vancouver Whitecaps 6-2-1 on the season. I just think that these two teams are really good this year, and I think that there's not a lot to separate them, especially with Minnesota being at home. I think it would be a different view if Vancouver was at home and Minnesota was on the road. But with that being said, I think Vancouver go on the road, get a point, and this match ends in a 1-1 draw there in Minnesota. So heading out west, we have LAFC versus St. Louis City. Currently, LAFC 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. St. Louis City a draw and 4 losses in their last 5 matches. Coming off of a draw against Vancouver Whitecaps, 0-0 at home. They are still not scoring goals. When is that going to change? When is St. Louis finally going to put some goals in consistently? I hope that it's soon. And maybe it's in this match. I don't know. The expected outcome, though, is a 0-0 draw there in LA, with a 33 win probability for LAFC and a 29% for St. Louis City. I can't go. I feel like there's going to be at least 1 or 2 goals in this match. And my prediction is that this is going to end in a 1-1 draw there in LA, but I could easily see this one being a victory for LAFC 1-0 or a 1-0 victory for St. Louis City. But I will go with my draw. I think St. Louis City go on the road, get the point, and this match ends in a 1-1 draw there in LA. So that takes us into Inter Miami versus FC Dallas. Currently, Inter Miami 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 matches. Dallas 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome in this one is a 1-0 victory for Inter Miami. And I could truly see that. We saw last weekend, in the watch along, the Inter Miami, they scored their goal and then they literally set back. They parked the bus pretty much. We're not looking to score another goal. They were just looking to get the dub against Columbus, and maybe it was just a special occasion because it was against Columbus Crew, but I don't know. This Miami team has a lot of talent, better than last season in my opinion, and they're just not putting up the goals like they have last year. There are 2 wins and 2 draws at home, where Dallas are 2 wins and 3 draws on the road. So neither team have lost in their respective areas here. Dallas not losing on the road yet. Again, the expected outcome for this one, 1-0 in favor of Inter Miami. The win probability is 59% in favor of Inter Miami, only a 16% chance for Dallas. And I have to say that Inter Miami win this one, even though they will be coming off of a Champions Cup game there in the midweek. I think that they get the job done at home. I can't go against Miami at home, and I think they win this match 2-1 over FC Dallas. So one of the games we have out there for you to vote on for us to watch this weekend, that is Houston Dynamo versus Austin FC. Houston, 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Austin FC, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Both teams very much struggling this season. Houston at home, 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses, where Austin, 2 wins, 2 losses there on the road. The expected outcome somehow in this one is 0-0 draw. But the win probability is pointing to Austin FC with a 42% chance of them winning, only a 23% chance for Houston to win there at home. Both teams are allowing goals, but Austin isn't really scoring goals on the road, averaging only 0.75, where Houston are averaging 1.2 there at home. I think that we see 4 goals in this one. I think that we're going to see a little bit of goal scoring here because both teams allow goals, with Houston allowing 2 and Austin allowing 1.5. With that being said, I think it ends in a 2-2 draw there in Houston. So heading west a little bit, we have Colorado Rapids versus Seattle Sounders. Currently Colorado, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Seattle Sounders, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Colorado at home, 2 wins, a draw, and a loss, where Seattle, 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses on the season so far. The expected outcome is a 1-1 draw there in Colorado, and the win probability is very close, and it's pointing towards Seattle with 40%, but a 35% for Colorado. I think both of these teams very mediocre. Seattle really mediocre, 3-3-3 on the season. Colorado 4-3-2 on the season, so they don't look bad. They're kind of being quiet there in the losing section of their season. Coming off of a draw with Houston, though, on the road, which Houston has not looked good at home. And Seattle are coming off of a 3-0 victory against Nashville. For this one, though, I think that Colorado might be just a little bit better than Seattle, and I think that Colorado Rapids win this match 1-0 over the Sounders. Now, for our second to last match, we have Nashville SC versus Chicago Fire. Nashville currently 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. The Fire, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Nashville at home, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss, where the Fire are 3 wins and 2 losses there on the road. I thought we were seeing a Chicago team that was going to be really good, but have not really shown that lately, where Nashville are struggling, 4-1-4 on the season. Chicago are 3-3-3. The expected outcome is a draw in this one, 1-1, and the win probabilities show that 39% to Nashville, 38% to Chicago Fire. But I'm going to go against it. I'm going to go in favor of Nashville. I don't think that the outcome is a 1-1 draw or any kind of draw. I think Nashville are going to win this one at Geodis Park 2-1 over the Chicago Fire. And for our last match of Matchday 10, we have the Galaxy versus Portland Timbers. Currently, the Galaxy still struggling, still searching for their first win of the season. 2 draws, 3 losses in their last 5 matches, where the Timbers are 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 matches, currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak. Like I said, the Galaxy have not won a match yet. 1 draw and 3 losses there at home. The Timbers, 2 wins, a draw, and a loss there on the road. The expected outcome for this one is a 2-0 victory for Portland, and the win probability heavily in favor of Portland in this one. I just don't know if I can do it. I think that even though Timbers have a fairly good record so far this season, I'm going to have to go with that 16% that's showing there. And I think that this match ends in a 1-1 draw there in LA. So that is it for my predictions in Matchday 10. Tell me down below, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to lose? Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. Again, make sure that you join the Nerdy Soccer Table. QR code's on the screen, link is in the description. We will see you all for the watch along.